ShartimusPrime, ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking bad shit. Subscribe.
Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the 50-year anniversary Wolverine Sabretooth 2-pack. Oh my god, I finally have it in hand right over here. I'm so excited for this Sabretooth. That Wolverine looks very good too. So I'm just stoked for this. Can't wait. Love the packaging. Love the scratches on the sides right over there. You know, showing off the characters a little bit. Wraps around. You can see Wolverine over there, 50 years. On the back, you can see that image right over there, all blown out so you can see the whole thing. There's a read-up on the back. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. And then there's a little homage right over here to art illustration. Pretty cool. All right, I dig that. And then on this side, you can see Sabretooth. And then it says 50 years up top. I like how this is all spot varnished over here. I like having the window. Very, very cool. Not much more at the bottom. Let's get to it and crack this thing open. And if you're trying to get your Marvel Legends, you can do so.
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And here are the figures out of the packaging. Oh, man, I'm very, very happy with this Sabretooth figure. And this Wolverine figure is pretty damn sweet as well. Both of them have reused parts. I'm not really feeling like they ruined the figure or anything, or each of them have them, you know what I mean? But, oh man, these look badass, especially seeing them all facing off over here. All right, let's get a closer look. We'll start with Wolverine. There's looking at Logan, and I gotta say, I like this Logan. I like both of the head sculpts. The paint detail on these heads for these comic figures are just getting better and better. I really love what Hasbro's doing with them. Very realistic look. That looks so dope. I don't really need a cowboy hat Wolverine figure. I have a couple. Here's an old man Logan with the cowboy hat right there. We have this cowboy hat Wolverine from a few years ago. And kind of like how I've talked about with the Captain America, they've changed the overall character's face, you know. So if you wanted a hatless Wolverine, this one worked pretty well, I think. The flesh tone is similar, but using the latest animated Wolverine head sculpt isn't going to work as well because you can see that flesh tone is very different right there. But you get not just one cowboy hat, you get two cowboy hat heads, and this one looks pretty good too. I do like the smirk right there. I wish there was a little bit more of a difference between the two facial expressions, to be honest with you. If one of them was kind of screaming or looked really angry, that would have been a little bit cooler. I guess the feature here is really that we have a different color hat. So we have two different color cowboy hats right over there. Neat, you know. But overall, I mean, the figure is just not essential for me anyway. I do like it, though. I like how the chest hair comes off. You can see it, you know, while it's on the shelf, so that's pretty cool. And then you get some nice texturing right over here with this new collared shirt. I like that all the pins and buttons or just buttons are picked out with the silver paint. That looks great with the wrinkles as well. The arms look pretty good over here too. I mean, this joint is going to get a little bit wonky because the sleeve gets cut off right there. But I think with the situation they were in, I think they pulled this off pretty well. It doesn't stand out to me. You just bend it a little bit. Doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look great, but I feel like it's kind of a weird thing to deal with. It looks tricky. And then you can see that hair right over there. We get some nice looking clawed hands right here with the figure. I'll get into the accessories more in a moment. I think we've seen this, yeah, this waist piece is all familiar, so they reuse this from the older cowboy figure. Same belt buckle and everything. You get the pinned joints, nice denim texturing in there, and the cowboy boots right over there as well. So not just clawed hands, you also get card holding hands. He comes with some cards as well, so these are okay. They work out fine, and I do like the detail on these cards. They look really good. I like that. Yeah. And then you can see each of the cards right over here as well. Ooh, full house. Nice hand. Sevens. Ooh. And then here we have looking at Victor Creed, and these head sculpts are awesome. This figure is awesome. I am so happy with this thing. Look at the details in the paint. The sculpt looks fantastic. I love both of the heads that came with this figure. You gotta have a smiling Sabretooth right over here, ready for the killing. I think the hair looks great. Loving that paint detail. That is really, really awesome, man. I really love both of these heads. I'm going to gripe about these heads in just a moment, so don't freak out on me here. Stick with me, all right? But I have to criticize. That's what we do here, and it's constructive criticism, but damn, I do love this head sculpt more. God, even the jowls right over here, or the chops, that looks really good. All of it's fantastic. I really do like the heads. However, I will say, I think they're a little on the big side. Just let me make my case here. Here's Omega Red, using the same body mold as this Sabretooth, and it just looks to me like the Omega Red head is a little bit smaller than the Sabretooth head. Not just with the, face being all screamy and everything on this one. Well, shit, here, let's put the smiling one. Now they're both smiling. You can still see the Sabretooth head does look a bit bigger than the Omega Red head. I don't know. Even in the face, I did try swapping with the older Sabretooth head. And this is still a pretty good looking head sculpt. But when I put this on the figure, I feel like it fits to scale a little better. I know the brown doesn't match perfectly over here, but doesn't that look like it scales a little bit better? I don't know. I could be wrong about that. That could be a little bit too small. But I just wanted to try it out and see what you guys thought about it. I don't know, we'll take a look from farther away. But you can see that we get some paint detail right here on the fur, but we don't get it right here when it's the back half. I hate it when Hasbro does that, damn it. Such a clear line. The line of laziness is what I'm going to call that. Because it's like, you're painting, and then you stopped, right? Like, if you paid someone to paint a wall, and then they just, stopped at a particular point, and then they're like, hey, dude, you didn't finish the job. I don't know. No, I do know. That just sucks. I don't like that at all. But the rest of the figure looks really good. I like the pinless joints right here for the arms. I think the deco came out fairly clean on my figure, except for one spot. There's looking at the back. I did try removing this, but it doesn't pop off very easily, so that's something I'm not going to continue pursuing to try to do. I do have this little chip right over here. It came that way. I did not do that. That just frustrates me because I didn't do it. Lines look pretty good on the sides right over there. You get the pins showing for the legs because they're from Omega Red. And you get peg holes at the bottom of the feet. And aside from the two heads, you also get two sets of claw hands, or just two sets of hands anyway. So you can see you get the clawing hands right there. Then with these, I guess you get some expression going on. You get some grabbing, you get some pointing. When you're removing these, it can get a little bit annoying when these sleeves come out. So you just have to make sure that you put them in all the way. If they happen to slip off on you, just shove them all the way in there, and then you could get the hands in there, and then they won't pop off on you super easy. So there's not a whole lot of new to talk about as far as articulation goes. I guess the newest is with this Wolverine figure. You have the waist cut, you have a diaphragm joint, which does look pretty good. Can get just the slightest bit gappy right here around the diaphragm, crunches forward and back, and you get rotation and pivoting right over there. The shoulders move outward very far, they move in, rotate a full 360, bicep swivel, pinless double jointed elbows. They do look weird when you bend them all the way in like that, but what are you going to do, man? It's such a weird spot having this sleeve end right over here, just a little bit past the elbow. So, I don't know. What would you guys prefer? A single joint with rotation there? It's kind of a tough call. Anyway, you get wrists that turn side to side, hinge up and down, and then the head still has the hinge, but the hair bumps into the collar back there, so you can't look up that easily. You kind of have to half it off the joint to get them to really look all the way up. It'll move down and turn side to side and wobble a little bit over there. And then as far as Sabretooth goes, I love having the butterfly joints right here on the figure. This is great. Shoulders move outward, they move in, rotate a full 360. You get the bicep swivel, the pinless double jointed elbows right over there. The ab crunch moves forward and back. We know what this does. The head joints are pretty limited though. You still have the hinge in there, but he can only move his head up that far, which is actually not terrible. And then you can move the head downward quite a bit. Side-to-side motion gets hindered some, and you get some head movement, wobbling side to side like that. With the smaller head on there, just to see it, man, I don't know, for some reason when I see this smaller head on there, I feel like it fits to scale a little bit better. No, it definitely doesn't look awful with the smaller head. I don't know if it looks better or not, but I feel like you get a little bit more range of movement due to the nature of it being a smaller head. So there's just more clearance in there having the smaller head. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. If you have both of the figures, I want to see what you have to say about it in the comment section. And I gotta say, I love the size difference between these two figures. You could see that Sabretooth here is standing at about just under 7.5 inches tall, and then Logan is standing just at around 6 inches tall. And then here's Logan and Sabretooth next to the last versions of these two characters that we saw like this. We have this other cowboy hat Wolverine right over here, and then here's our 90s Sabretooth once again. And you can see the heights of these characters have changed with this 2-pack, and they both went in the right direction. Wolverine went a little shorter. At the shoulders, he's a little shorter, and then you can see right over here, Sabretooth definitely shorter right over here. I am curious to see the new head on this older figure, though, just to see what that looks like. Oh, God. Yeah, that's a bit too big, right? Yeah, definitely way too big. But again, I keep doing this with this smaller head on that Sabretooth. It just looks a little better to me. Am I the only one on this? I don't know. I may keep it like that. I still like these new heads a lot, though. It's kind of a tough call for me to make. And then for another 90s Sabretooth comparison, you can see we have the Toy Biz Marvel Legends Series 5 Sabretooth, and we have the Marvel Select Sabretooth right here, which has been on my X-Men villain shelf for quite some time. And I gotta say, I'm surprised to see all three of these saber teeth right over here standing at about the same height, right? I know this is the most massive one for sure. He's hunched over, so he would stand taller if he was standing straight up. But I gotta say, this is great. At least seeing a new Sabretooth be at least as tall as this older one hasn't always been the case. So I am very satisfied with the height of this figure. Then here's Sabretooth next to Omega Red, and you can see where you get almost all the parts reused from Omega Red to make this Sabretooth figure. And they stand at about the same height. Just based off my memory, I was just thinking this would be a lot taller than Omega Red, but no, they stand closer to the same height than I originally thought. I mean, I knew they would stand at about the same height, but I don't know. He just kind of appears taller. And then here we have the new Sabretooth figure next to the X-Men 97 Wolverine figure, which is my favorite Marvel Legends Wolverine, and I have to have these two figures facing off on the shelf. So these two will probably be facing off on the Wolverine shelf. I may have to get a second one of these, man. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. I might not. We'll see. I don't know, I kind of want to get a second one, though. One on the X-Men villain shelf, and then one on the Wolverine shelf. I know, it's a bit much. I'll have to think about it. And then here's Wolverine and Sabretooth next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Sabretooth? That, you ain't got no sabers for teeth. That's the one defining feature of the Sabretooth Tiger. You're a poser and a letdown. Yeah, you're coming with... So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to show some love by hitting that like button. And if you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on my future videos. I think there are some benefits to watching my videos. You know, I got some pretty good size comparisons in there and head swaps. And anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been wanting to talk about these figures for quite some time, and I gotta say, I am just absolutely thrilled about this Sabretooth figure. It is freaking awesome. It's just something that I've been wanting to see and have in the collection for a very long time, and here it finally is, and I think Hasbro did a fantastic job with it. Yeah, I mentioned, swapping the heads. I do think the head looks fairly, well, a little on the big side. Only a little, but not by a lot, man. Just a little bit, and not enough for it to really lose any points with me. So, I still gotta see how I feel about using that other head. That may be a no-go, but hey, I thought it was an idea, and I tried it, so there it is. I want to know what you guys think about that. The Logan figure I really like a lot, too. It's very realistic looking. It's just something I don't really need, but I do like the figure, so that's pretty sweet as well. I can't really complain too much about them aside from them having the pinned joints. That's probably the biggest sore thumb, and the paint applications just disappearing on the Sabretooth. I don't like that line of laziness. I wish that would go away. So, they're not the most perfect figures. There's parts where, they could improve on these pieces, but around the $50 price point, man, I gotta give this 2-pack a Sud rating of... And I'd like to know what you guys think. Yeah, I want to know if you thought it was fair to grade it as a 2-pack, because, well, I guess you could get them individually on eBay or something. But anyway, I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below. If you want to follow me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok, and I will catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy.
hatless Wolverine, the latest animated Wolverine head sculpt, and I feel like the Omega Red head, and it just looks to me that the Omega Red head, and it just looks to me like the Omega Red Wolverine went a little shorter. Even at the shoulders right there, he's a little shoulder.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face, I said my shot, your face, I said